And that's what I'm telling you, that you don't know the day or the hour that you're going to get those inspirations. When they come, you must act on them. As it says again, it would be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. To one, he gave 5 bags of gold. I've done this teaching a lot of times. The one he gave 5 bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and the another 1 bag, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. See, some of y'all got 5 bags of multi-million-dollar ideas that God entrusted you. See, when you get these ideas God entrusts you with to act on, and for you to multiply that. Not for you to just, that's a great idea and not do anything about it. When you're reading this, which one is you? So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the man who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. See, some of y'all got to get an idea and y'all hiding it. How do you hide it? You don't act on it when you get it. You just let it pass you by. Oh, that was a great idea. Don't get up. I've done that. Trust me, I've done that. You don't act on it. So you just like that slave who buried it and do nothing with it. You don't get inspiration from the divine inspiration and you do nothing with it. You're not supposed to do that. Eventually, you will not hear that voice anymore. You won't get those words. You won't get those inspirations. Why? You'll become dull and you'll feel like your life is empty. You'll always feel like you're not fulfilling a purpose. Listen, when you act on these ideas, guess what? You feel like when you do them and you're working them out, you feel like you're fulfilling a purpose. You feel energized. You feel awake. You feel spiritually alive. See, this is what's going on now. We got wars and people, oh man, we in end times. You know how many times as a kid I heard that throughout the years, we in the end times. It's end times, end times. When you see these things coming, that means a change is coming. And don't be in fear of it. It's what's going to happen. I mean, these wars that you hear about, they're nothing new. As long as I've been alive, I've been hearing about wars over in Israel, the Middle East, everywhere. There's always some psychodrama going on. Why? To distract you, so that you don't put God first and you start looking at all of these things and man, it's bad out here. Take you away from your true divinity and your power because you're looking at all of this stuff that happens. They're going to continue the war. They're going to continue to fight. Why? Because it's all about money. It's all political. It's all distractions. Why can't these governments just get along? Why? Because they don't want to get along. Because when you have wars and you tear up something, now you need government contracts to come and put it all back together. It creates jobs. It creates opportunities out of destruction. They fund these wars, and then once the region is all tore up, they send contractors in there. Pretty soon they'll be hiring people from over here to go over there to rebuild. To keep this system going, it has to be in chaos. This is a chaos system. It has to be confusion. There has to be a lot of problems. And the sad part about it, innocent people who think they're fighting for the right cause, is trapped in this psychodrama. Peace, everybody. What's going on? It's Tuesday, November the 31st. October the 31st. Man, I'm ahead of myself. I swear I'm in like a time loop or something. Like I'm having trouble keeping up with days, and that's not usual for me. So I feel like there's a dimensions are overlapping and causing confusion in time. Like sometimes I'm looking at stuff that's going on out there. Like, is this really happening? Are we really dealing with this? Are we really having these conversations? You know? So, but we are. It's that time. You know, before things really change, chaos comes. But don't fear. That means a good thing is coming. You know, all of these things have to collapse. All of these things that's not conducive to life will go away. You know, so don't be in fear. Just be prepared. First things first, I want to give a shout out to the Champaign, Illinois crew, Stephen, Corinne, James out there, and all the other people that I met. As you know, I went out there on, I did a seminar out there, but what I didn't tell you, I don't think I mentioned, I had to do a speak at a church before the actual seminar, which was that Friday. The response was very positive. People liked the information. I prepared a special presentation for them, and there was some concern as to how the church folks was going to receive it. And guess what? They received it well. We have to be reminded that if you have a message that you want to share, you can't worry about what people are going to say about it. As long as it's the truth. Some people were going to reject it. People rejected Jesus' message. Scribes and Pharisees rejected it. Why? Because of selfish reasons. Because they were losing control over the minds of the people. And he was coming in teaching them something new. Something different. Teaching people how to look for themselves, for their healing. He showed them. So it was great, and guess what? It was my birthday. The day I spoke at the church, that was my birthday. And guess what? It was also the first time I ever spoke in a church audience under a formal church setting. And when I was asked to come do it, I knew it was my birthday, but I said, this is a new beginning. This is the vision. This is the vision you was given a long time ago. So I didn't say anything about my birthday until I got there. But they looked out for me. The whole church at the end sang happy birthday in the church fashion. And then Corinne and Steve came to the hotel and brought me a small cake. Thanks for the cake. And they sang happy birthday. Yeah, it was very it was good. I gotta say, thanks again. I always enjoy going out to Champaign, Illinois. I actually like Champaign. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Chicago. Whenever I went to Chicago, it was either through an airport or hotel and back on the plane. So I can't really say whether but I like Champaign. I like that downtown area. Very good vibes. Where I usually stay. With that being said, I'm going back out to Chicago because one of the church members, also not only church member, he's also part of the group, wanted me to come out to Chicago. It'll be December the 2nd, but that's not going to be a seminar. I'm not advertising it as a seminar because it's going to be more private. He wants it to be private of people he handpicks to be there. So that's just something private. So I won't be doing a seminar in Chicago formally, but I will be doing a seminar privately. So I'm going back out. And then what was also refreshing, a lot of the elders, because there was a few elders there, and they like, hey, I want you to come to my church. I want to come. So I'm going to be doing rounds at the church. But this year, that was the first church I was at. And then the second church I'll be at on the 2nd. I won't be doing any more events until the new year. So I already know my cup is full for the next year with traveling, wherever that may take me. So, and I talked about trust, how we need to use scripture to connect that we need to set up trust, just like God set up trust with the people in the Bible. And I use several scriptures to show that. Never before seen information or taught on in the way that I did it. These people were the first one to get it. It was something specially designed for them. And I'm going to prepare something specially designed for this private group that I'm going to go speak for. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for everything. Thanks to the family for holding it down for me while I was gone. Who's out there? We got Discipleship Ministry out there. Peace. And Corinne says, Happy Tuesday. Greetings, everyone, and peace, Road Warrior. And La Vida says, hi. Big hand wave. And DJ Thunder says, evening. So what title of this show is No Excuses. I'm going to make this short because I am tired. That traveling, then I jumped right in it when I got home. I didn't nonstop. So it's going to be a short show. I'm going to give you some encouragement, something to think about. So the title is No Excuses. It is October the 31st. Tomorrow is the 1st of November. There are no excuses why you can't succeed. Why you can't get it done. There are no excuses. I don't want to hear I got so much to do. You got so many other things to do other than work for your success. People literally will make an excuse not to be successful. They will. They will find every way not to make something happen. I don't know how many excuses I had. Oh, hey, you could do this. Oh, I got so much to do. I got this job that I'm working at. And job. So you make an excuse to be a slave. You'd rather be a slave than make something happen for yourself and your family. Outside of clocking in and out. Y'all want to know what's really going on out here? Y'all really want me to say this, the truth about the very existence that 80% of the population is living? Just like they got free range chickens, we got free range slaves. You know that, right? Free range slave. Let me explain it. You got to get a passport to even leave the country, and you can only go to the places they tell you can go that accepts that passport. That's number one. Number two, most people have jobs. And if you want to keep that job, you got to clock in when they say, clock out when they say, take a break when they say, take a vacation when they say. And you get a couple of sick days per year. And some personal time. They give you some of that as a concession for you giving them credit of your time. Like you come to work, you work for 2 weeks, then they pay you. Some people, y'all work for a whole month and don't get paid. But you giving them all that free work, credit of your hours until you get that one check. Why do they give you a check once a month? Because it's cheaper for them to cut a check. The accounting is cheaper. It's convenient for them to pay you once a month. Stack up all your money, stack up all your credit with them. It's convenient. It's not for your benefit, it's for theirs. You working for them is for their benefit, not for yours. You think you're getting something out of it, and they're paying you fractions of what they're earning. See, they looking to make millions. You looking to make hundreds. So, as old as you are, how long you've been dealing with these situations, there are no excuses why you can't succeed. Because if you could work hard and and be under that type of scrutiny and be a free range slave, you can be free, set yourself free, because no one's forcing you to do any of that, and go start something on your own. You can do that, but why won't you do it? Because it takes effort. And what I mean by effort, it takes thinking. Somebody sent me a message. See, the programming is so deep for these jobs that when you do quit the job, you get lost and can't figure out what to say or what to do. How do I turn my great idea into business? So you got to consult with somebody that's doing it in order to get it. And I mean, that's a good idea. But why can't you just naturally kick in and come up with the ideas? Like me, I'm in this situation where I don't have the boss, so ideas come to me all the time. I see ideas for other people clearly. Like I can see the whole thing play out. Why is it that I can do it and come up with these ideas like that and know that they can make money? All it takes is some effort and consistency, not giving up. Why can't I see it and they can't? Why? Because their free range slave mindset is there. You can't see it because your mind is blocked by time clocks and when you got to be somewhere. You only get these 2 days off or whatever days you get off. I'm looking for the weekend. All of those, that maze of mind blocks that you're in a maze. Like a mouse going in and trying to find his way to the end. And everywhere you go, there's a wall. And oh, that's a dead end. That's the job cycle. So when you're in a situation like that, you can't really think clearly. If you really study a maze from afar, like when you look at mazes, right? You look at from a top. And if you really look down it and take your time, you can see, get out of that maze quickly. But when you're down there on the ground, that's what the free range slave is. He's down in the maze looking at the walls. The walls are right in front of him. See, when you get out of that mindset, you get into that level of thinking, you be able to look down on the maze and can navigate it. See, it's difficult because the mind is so trained to be an employee, to be a free range slave. Yeah, a free range slave is someone who has the illusion that they're free and think they're free and bask in it. They sit around at parties and get-togethers and talk about their jobs and talk about how their job is great, and some of them complain about the job. They talk about their free range slavery mindsets. And I tell you, that stuff, when I get around that, I can't relate. I don't even know how to jump in the conversation anymore. Because if I jump in the conversation, I'm going to want to offer a solution to the problem they want to talk about. See, most people just want to talk about their problems. They really don't want to fix it. They don't want you trying to help them with it. Because as soon as you give them an idea, they find a reason that why your idea won't work. I don't have time. But they got time to go work for somebody. Work 2 and 3 jobs. And I have grown up in that area. Let them be free range slaves and leave them alone. Let them stay there. Don't give my energy away to people who are not trying to do something better for themselves. See, most people want to talk about it, but they don't want to do it. Because doing it means that they got to meet challenges. And they have to overcome those challenges. See, that's the symptoms, the disease that the whole school system gave everybody. They messed everybody's mind up, man. They got them thinking they need a job. And that's the responsible thing to do. You're responsible if you go be a free range slave. You the responsible one. He got a job. And they talk about, you hear, oh man, yeah, he's got this great job. Look, he's working here. He's about to go to school to get reprogrammed and deprogrammed into being a slave. He's going off to this college. He's going over here. They want that. They love that badge. These labels. They almost, and they proud. Clap. Oh. And they wear their black gowns at the graduations. There's another place they wear black funerals. I think there's a connection there. Yeah, sending you off to the dead workforce, the working dead. King, why you so hard? Because I know y'all could do better. There's no excuse. Some of y'all been listening to me for years. Y'all know how I talk. I'm not about to switch it up. You were not put here to be a slave. You was put here to be a master. Your divinity is nothing but master, godship, goodship. Divine beings are not slaves. Only reason why you don't believe you're divine beings because someone told you was a sinner and you got to be saved instead of saving yourself. Instead of looking within and getting the answers, because God is in you. Ye are gods, children of the Most High. I read that scripture. I haven't read that scripture in a while. And then one of the brothers, the ministers at the church, say, yeah, man, I be trying to tell him this and I want to preach this to him, man. I need you to come. I said, the greatest trick they played on us to make us believe we was not God. That God was up there somewhere floating around. And we're down here just waiting to be helpless beings that need to be saved. Well, y'all keep waiting. I stopped waiting a long time ago and started to save myself. And I realized where God was. And because I realized where God was and is, I could think that divinity, that connection, I could come up with an idea like that. Boom. Boom. Every idea must be worked. Every idea must be exposed to the sun. It can't be in darkness. I actually, while I was at the church, I asked the older gentleman, don't you have ideas that you never really got off the ground? You knew they was good ideas, but you didn't move forward because you was trying to be responsible. And he laughed. I said, you laughing because you know I'm right. I didn't say that to show him up. I said that to wake him up. It's not too late. Don't let age stop you. Don't let I'm 70 years old stop you. Isn't Colonel Sanders, was he in his 60s when he invented, he didn't invent fried chicken, but when he started the franchise, started the Kentucky Fried Chicken empire? It's like 60. Oh, okay. Let's find out. There's plenty of people who started their careers late. Plenty of people. Let's see when this thing started. Man, I'm learning something. Let's see. I'm looking at Wikipedia. First franchise was 1952. American fast food restaurant chain, headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky, that specializes in fried chicken. It's the world. Let's go to history. Harlan Sanders was born in 1890 and raised on a farm outside of Henryville, Indiana, near Louisville, Kentucky. When Sanders was 5 years old, his father died, forcing his mother to work as a canning plant. This left Sanders as the eldest son to care for his two younger siblings after he reached 7 years of age. In 1930s, Sanders took over Shell filling station. So it was a filling station on U.S. Route 25 just outside North Corbin, Kentucky, a small town on the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. It was here that he first served to travelers the recipes that he had learned as a child, fried chicken and other dishes such as steaks and country ham. After 4 years of serving from his own dining room table, Sanders purchased the larger filling station on the other side of the road and expanded to 6 tables by 1936. This had proven successful enough. So he was born in 1890, 37, about 47, 50, 57 years old. He expanded 40, yeah. I'm not great on counting this. Somebody count that. 1890, 1937. I think that makes him 47 years old. But it's still not Kentucky Fried Chicken yet. In July 1940, Sanders finalized what came to be known as the original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Although he never publicly revealed the recipe, he said the ingredients included salt and pepper, and that the rest stand on everybody's shelf. After being recommissioned as Kentucky Colonel in 1950 by Governor Lawrence Weatherby, Sanders began to dress the part, growing a goatee, wearing a black frock coat. So they said the first franchise opened in 1952. So he was 71 years old. And why can't you do that? Do something. 71. But here's it. Before he got to that point, he was doing other things. Do you think that he thought he was going to have a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise? He just was serving. He just decided. This is how ideas work. He decided to have a filling station, which is a gas station, and serve food. And he used recipes from his childhood that he learned and was serving that. It morphed into the franchise after many years. So I said 37, 52 was when the first franchise opened up. And that's how all ideas work. It starts somewhere, and then it ends up this big idea. But it started off with a little idea, bunch of little ideas put together. That's why I said there is no excuses, because most people, when they want to do something, they're thinking about, I want to be where Kentucky Fried Chicken is today. Well, if you want to be where Kentucky Fried Chicken is today, you have to put in some time and effort and some years, because that's what it took to get there. There's another person I want to talk about. I think this person started his acting career late too. Let's see. Right. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this there. Well, they said he started at 64. Morgan Freeman, they said 27. He was born in 37. He started his acting career in 64, which is 27 is kind of acting. Yeah, it's about mid-range with most people, but he's got a huge resume. I remember him when he was on Electric Company as a kid, and he's still acting. Very talented, but see, Morgan Freeman is one of those who have talent and consistency, along with other people like, what's his name? I just lost his name. Pulp Fiction, the brother of Pulp Fiction. Why can't I think his name? He played with in Jungle Fever, I think, too. He played the crook in Coming to America. Y'all remember, you know what I'm talking about. Samuel L. Jackson. Let's see. I think he was the one that started late as well. Started a little late. He was born in 48. He's 74. Wow, these guys are up there. Let's see where he's he started. Born in 48, he started acting in 72 to now. Yeah. Listen. It says there's an 82-year-old Asian woman who's a software developer. She didn't get a computer till she was 58. See? That's another example. Another example. Somebody said Colonel Sanders stole that recipe. I believe him. But they ain't using that recipe today. It's full of junk in it now. But the whole point of the matter is never too late. It's never too late to make that great idea be a multi-million-dollar idea. It's never too late. The only time it's too late is when you're dead. Yeah. Only time it's too late is when you give up. When you let time beat you. When you let time be the determining factor for why you don't do what you were called to do. Everyone is called to do something. But why aren't you doing it? Why are you taking your precious years and giving it away to an employer? If you love your job, keep it. I mean, if that's what you want, hey. If that's what you really want. But I know most of y'all don't want that. You're only doing it because you feel it's responsible. There's a lot of things. See, I know the feeling because there was a lot of things I wanted to do and didn't do them because I wanted to be responsible. I had a family, this and that. I looked at the challenges of if I move forward with this, how hard it was going to be and how long it was going to take for me to make money. See, that's the fool's gold they give you. Listen, you can quickly make some money if you go slave over here. But your real calling is going to take a lot of work and time, and you got to take care of this stuff. See, that's the trick bag they put you in. You find yourself in a fix. And everybody, and the fix is your friends and your family looking at you like you're crazy. You over there trying that. You still trying to learn how to play music? Huh? You trying to be a musician? You trying to be a singer? Or you trying to be a poet, an artist, an entrepreneur? You need to go get a job, make some money while you trying to do that. That's how they talk to you. All that is the matrix programming talking through them. Because the matrix programming needs the free range slave mentality. Now, most of the free range slaves get insulted when I say something like that. I had one person who didn't even had their own business, but I said, "Oh, that's not slavery. You gonna call her? If your daughter goes to work for somebody and she got a job, you gonna call her a slave?" Yes. What else is it? We need to stop trying to dress up these things and make them look pretty. It's like taking a casket and put all these bows and say that's beautiful, man. No, there's something dead in there. The same thing with these jobs. It's a dead end situation, meaning all you can do is get it just that. If they give you a 401k, you save your money, you be responsible. But most people don't do that. You'll leave there with something, but most people don't do that. They spend the money as fast as they get it. And then you look back, all I did was this employee for someone who helped build their empire. And all I got was a thank you. They used to give out watches when people retire. They don't do that no more. What they do now, when you get close to retirement, they lay you off or fire you. So they don't have to pay your pension or give you the benefits that they said they were going to give you at retirement. If you reach this level, you can get all this. And then right at the time, I saw this happen many times. They get rid of all of the older employees because they're about to cash out. All of a sudden, the company is going through financial problems. Manufactured, engineered financial problems or rough times. They do this. This is how they treat the working force. They plan these things. Next you know, you're close to retirement age looking for a job. I've seen this. And you think that wasn't planned? They plan these recessions. It's not by chance. They know, listen, these guys plan stuff out 20, 30 years out. They know when they're going to have a recession because then they can capitalize on it, make all the scared people running. The people that don't make as much money and won't invest, they'll hold on to a dollar that forever keeps losing its value. Where the rich, they don't hold on to dollars. They hold on to assets. Money is not an asset. Land is an asset. A home is not an asset. A mortgage, if you're paying a mortgage, that's not an asset. That's an expense, liability. Because if you lose your job and you can't make the payments, guess what? They're coming to take that house. But owning land free and clear is an asset. So there are no excuses why you can't get it done. The year is almost over. We got 2 more months to the year. It seemed like it was just January. I was saying counting days. Now we're just 2 months away. The next thing I have to start advertising is our money ritual. I'll put that up this week. If you want to have a successful year, join us in our New Year's money ritual where we do at midnight. We write down the things we want to happen for the coming year and we burn it and send it out there into the atmosphere, the ether. And watch your success happen. This year was a tricky year. It was a very tricky year. I learned something valuable, but I'll talk about it at the money ritual. About this. But I will tell you this. When you do your money ritual, be mindful of who you're connecting with during that time. Okay? Make sure the connections are in sync. Because it can throw off your progress for the whole year. All right, yeah, 7:49. I'm worn out. I gotta go lay it down. But anyway, guess what? Oh, what's tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I'll be on. I'll have something nice to talk about. But with that being said, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth. You guys have a good rest of your evening. Peace.